Stop. At the time of initiation, after Gurudev answered this question, I was very happy. Then Gurudev looked at me and he said, I want one thing from you. Yeah. He said, I want that from now on you should always stay with me. He said, by hook or by crook, any excuse you find, you must stay with me. He said. I became so overwhelmed because in my heart I had same desire to always stay, and how it is possible. I'm living in Holland, and I have not yet developed my relationship with Gurudev, yeah. And he's asking me this, yeah. Which person wants to have my association, yeah. And he's asking for this, yeah. So I became so happy that there is, and it is Krishna's pure devotee who wants that I should stay with him. I don't know what is my good fortune. So now I have to make a plan how to stay with him always. And this plan, yeah, by their mercy, yeah, it's manifested, yeah. And then I was thinking how I can stay with such a personality. And I was watching. I went back to Holland, and again we came in Gaur Purnima, and I was watching Gurudev, always 4 or 5 brahmacharis with him. They are doing everything. I'm thinking how I can stay. If I want to stay, I should do something which makes him happy. And they are already doing everything. And if I take their service, first of all, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to do all these things. And if I take them away, it is not proper, that is not service. I should do something which they are not doing. So we have great actually opportunity, because Western mind is a little bit different than Indian. We are more organized, we can plan in areas which we have seen in the West that are very, very lucrative and very favorable for bhakti, especially book distribution. Yeah. That time we had learned how to distribute books, how to print books. And Gurudev, his books started to gradually manifest from his lectures, and then I offered to Gurudev, if you want, I can help with your book publishing. He said, yes, you can take full responsibility. Yeah. And I thought, okay, now I can have service, I can have regular contact, I can come closer to Gurudev. Then I said, if you think it is good, I can sit with all the devotees who are engaged in your book publishing and we make a good plan. Yeah, I like that very much, he said. You make a plan and you distribute my books. Then I call, anyhow, we call the devotees at that time. And there were very, how you call it, unique devotees at that time, because they had been with Gurudev for some years already, like Vishaka, Tungavidya, Vichitra, Prem Vilas, and Yashoda Gopi, and others, they were there. And they were also helping in book publishing. So we sat together, and then I said, so I have requested Gurudev if I can render service. He has asked me to organize the book publishing. And they looked at me as if I was some type of, zombie, yeah. Because they had already been with Gurudev for so many years, and their relationship was very natural, from the heart, yeah. Hearing his Harikatha and publishing his lectures. So they looked at me, and I was thinking, they don't seem to understand, because we only understood how things work in ISKCON. You get the order and the position, and then everybody kind of follows and accepts. Yeah, but here it is not like that. In this sangha, you have to earn your, your identity. Nobody will take you serious unless they like you, unless they have a personal relationship with you. So then I realized I have to do some different processing. Then I started to render some service to different devotees who were involved in book publishing, making friendship, and then giving some money. Then gradually, then I asked the devotees, I asked them, Because I always remembered how Srila Prabhupada, he came to Western world and his devotees assisted him and they did so many things to spread Krishna consciousness. Then I asked our devotees in England, Vishaka and Prem Vilas, Prabhu, Soda Gopi, I said, have you never invited Gurudev? Doesn't he want to come to Western world? Then they said, actually, he doesn't really want, but he told us that if you can organize things nicely, I may come to England. Yeah. Guru had some, but they said we cannot organize things. Okay, I thought then I should try to go in this era where maybe Gurudev can come to Western world. Then I asked ISKCON leaders, and I asked them, have you never invited Srila Narayan Maharaj to come to Western world? Yes, we did, but I said, what is but? Because you are all expert. You can bring him to all the temples in ISKCON. It would be such a great benefit for all the devotees. They said, we wanted, but we have a little different idea. Not we, but the leaders, the management, the structure in ISKCON, they cannot understand Jiva Tattva and Bhakti Tattva. We understand, they said, but they have so many objections. So we have only once proposed to Srila Narayan Maharaj to come to West, but we have requested him to not speak on, and he was not happy at all. He actually did not want to see us anymore. And only after again and again asking him, he accepted us. But he never wants to change the ideal conceptions of bhakti. And this is something which a pure devotee, he is never afraid. He never compromises bhakti, never ever. So then again I thought, then now this is my golden chance. So I was praying and then going to Gurudev and asking him, I said, Gurudev, if you want, I can organize some programs in Europe, England. I have some experience traveling and I know devotees in Europe. And if you want, we can organize your programs, your preaching in Europe. Then he looked at me, he said, actually I don't want to leave Vrindavan. He said, but Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, your Prabhupada, he has given me, in the last days especially, again and again requesting me that please help my devotees. And he also, when he was in Western world, he wrote me again and again, please you come and help. At that time I was too much busy with my Guru Maharaj's mission. But he said, now I can go one time, he said, and visit all the places where Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj has placed his lotus feet. And there I will take the dust and smear all over my body, he said. I want that, to get his blessings, so that I can really serve him. This is the proper ideal of all sincere Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, to obtain the mercy of Krishna's pure devotee, especially Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, that we can really serve his heart's desire to give Krishna consciousness as it is to one and all. So Gurudev set the ideal example. He said, I will go, and not only that, I said, if I go, I will do some things to help all the devotees. Then I became very happy. He said, but one thing he said, you'll have to manage everything. He said, I will be like a murti. You can put me in the car, in the plane. I don't even want to know where we are going. When you stop and you bring me anywhere, I will only speak Harikatha, he said. But cooking, managing, driving, all the things, visas, money, he said, tickets, I don't want to be, you have to manage everything. So
I was so the vanity just appeared. He just loved making people, especially people who stayed in Vrindavan. Because the thing is, not everybody would stay and live in Vrindavan. And Vrindavan was, like, I can remember like maybe 4 girls that would stay. By his mercy, he allowed me to stay almost now 14 years in Vrindavan. But it's only because of his mercy, otherwise it's impossible. And living in the Dham at that time, there were very few, only like Vichitra, Tungavidya, I think that's the, and Vrindavana Vilasini, that was it. And it was so austere, the conditions, but he was so pleased. When we would see Gurudev, I felt Gurudev was so happy that we lived like that, because the only wealth we had was actually chanting Harinam and a little bit thinking, remembering Radha and Krishna. I remember that he would give so much Shakti when we first came here, that you could get up at 3 in the morning without alarm clock. You would just wake up. He would wake you up and take showers in the winter with freezing cold water, which I was like, me, even living in a tropical country, I was like, me, cold shower, never. But there you were with the freezing cold water, 3 in the morning. And he just made us live like that. He doesn't have to tell you, live like this, no need, because Gurudev, like a Mahabhagavat, he had the power to just make you do what he wanted you to do. And I remember he made us so like detached, like, because I used to like dress super opulent and everything before, so it's like he changed me like just like that. After only one Kartik, he completely like changed me. And it was such a change that I remember I went to a place where they sell medicine, and I was going to buy a chopstick. My lips were chopped, and they said the guy just gave me a rupee. He thought I was a beggar. We were going in Calcutta, we're going to Navadvip. He gave me a rupee. I said, no, this. And he said, and he would give me a rupee. He would think I'm a beggar. I mean, that's the way Gurudev made us look like beggars. Really. He didn't like us that we wore like this opulent clothes or anything, and always like wear the chadar. He would say you should wear your actually I'm not even following now, but it was like down to here, the choli. He even told us how to dress. He said, don't think that Indian dress and Vaishnava dress are the same. They're two different things. Like nowadays we see the girls dressing like showing all their back and all their stomach and all their arms, but Gurudev was like, he didn't like that. I remember in Badger, he used to say that, he said it over and over, like the real beauty of a woman is when it's covered. And when a person is always showing, the beauty is gone. So these things, these teachings of Gurudev, not everyone took them to heart and not everyone's following now, but that's the way he taught us anyway.
He's been in the process since 1980. And so he gave us both Harinam and Diksha mantras. And of course, when Gurudev gave Harinam initiation, the men and women could be in a room together. But then when he got ready to do Diksha, for the first line of the mantra, of course, which is not given to the ladies, he asked the ladies to leave the room, and then they came back in, and then he finished giving the mantra. And of course, he gave the description of the mantra, or the meaning of the mantra. And of course, again, this was something that we never had or heard before. And it was also quite amazing. And this is something that Srila Gurudev gave us to meditate on, to help us to understand who we are, who Radha and Krishna truly are, and our position in relationship to them. So, I mean, even that everything Srila Gurudev did, was special and very powerful. So as I said, and again, we had never been exposed to that. We had never, even in ISKCON, when I had gotten the mantra, I hope I can say ISKCON. When I had gotten the mantra, so-called mantra, there was no explanation given, just, this is the mantra, and chant it. And of course, and then, we also got instruction from Srila Gurudev, because we knew that this mantra was about smaranam more than chanting. It was more about remembering, because Gurudev would always ask, are you remembering your mantras? So we knew that it was something for us to deeply meditate on and remember the instructions that he had given, within giving those mantras. So this is how our initiation took place. And at that time, when I first came through the process, I was given the name Syamasundar Das. And then after my so-called guru fell, I took shelter of someone who was my bhakti leader in the past, and he had become a guru by that time. And he had given me the name Shyamananda. And he also eventually had difficulties and went away. And then when I went to Srila Gurudev, it was quite confusing, because Srila Gurudev was asking me what name did I want because he was in Shamananda Syamasundar. So I said, Srila Gurudev, whichever name you want to give me. And he said, oh, so your name is Syamasundar Das. And of course, and I really liked that name, and I think Gurudev also knew within my heart of hearts that I liked and appreciated that name, so he gave me that name. So this is how our Diksha, Harinama Diksha initiation unfolded.